to sing.
What?
Sing. Take me riding in the car, take me riding in the car, take you riding in the car, take you riding in the car.
On a ride. We're headed to a farm. Today, I'm going to be talking about Curious George Farm to Table. George was helping his friend Marco make his famous tortillas for his abuela's birthday dinner. George reached for a bag on the windowsill, but it accidentally fell to the ground. Don't worry, George, said Marco. That's the mesa or cornmeal we use to make tortillas. I'm sure we have more. Marco looked in the cupboard. Oh, I thought we had more, he said. George had an idea. He knew exactly where they could find mesos from Marco's what Marco needed. They walked to the local grocery store and asked the store clerk, Mesa? Oh, I'm sorry, I just sold the last bag, but I promised my grandmother I would make tortillas for her birthday, said Marco. Beep, beep. You're in luck. The delivery man is here, said the store clerk. My uncle Enrique, Marco exclaimed. Let's ask him for measles. Uncle Enrique, today is Abuela's birthday and I want to make her tortillas, but I don't have any mesa, says Marco. No mesa? I don't have any in my truck, but I know where we can get some, said Uncle Enrique. My job is to deliver food from the warehouse to the grocery store. Uncle Enrique explained. Let's drive to the warehouse to get some mesas. Unfortunately, the warehouse manager said they did not have any mesas and are waiting for a shipment, but hold on. He took them to a different part of the warehouse. You might find one bag up there, he said, pointing to the top shelf. Luckily, George was an inexperienced climber, so when he reached the top, he saw the mesa George had to save the day. With the bag tucked under his arm, George started to climb down the shelf. Wait, George, toss the mesa to me, shouted Uncle Enrique. I'll catch it. George tossed the bag. Just then, the warehouse manager yelled, Watch out! To another employee, distracted Uncle Enrique and looked away, and the bag fell to the ground and burst open. As they left the warehouse, Uncle Enrique said, I'm sorry, Marco. Abuela won't have tortillas for her birthday. It's all my fault. And they climbed back into the delivery truck. George looked at the back of the empty bag and he pointed to the picture. George, you're right. That's the mill where they make the mesas. There's even an address and it's not too far away, said Uncle Enrique. They decided to drive to the mill. Inside the mill, a worker showed them how mesas was made. Grains like corn and wheat come with the mill and are cleaned and inspected. Oh, excuse me, guys. Then the grains are put into the grinder and come out as cornmeal or flour. Next, it is sifted to remove the parts we don't need. Finally, the cornmeal or flour is bagged and shipped to the warehouse. Could we have one bag of maso? Asked Uncle Enrique. I'm sorry. The corn comes from local farms, but there most wasn't enough rain this year, and the drought delivered the corn harvest. No corn, no mesos. George knew a local farmer who grew corn, and he even stored rainwater for his crops. George pointed the way to Ricky's farm. Thanks to my water tank, we stored enough water to get through the season. I harvested corn all day today, said Farmer Rankins. was happy to help. He gave them fresh and dry corn. They took the dry corn to the mill where it was grinded into mesas and put into bags, where Uncle Enrique took the bags to the warehouse to package for the grocery store, and George and Marco took one bag home to make for tortillas. George now understood that the food in the stores came from farmers like his friend Mr. Rankins. At last, Marco was able to make his famous tortillas for his abuela's birthday dinner, and the whole family loved them. George did too. So on this side it says green thumb. George and Marco learned that the mesos in the grocery store comes from corn grown by farmers like Mr. Rankin. Test your green thumb by creating your own mini greenhouse. You will need an egg cart, only the bottom, soil, vegetable seeds, water, plastic wrap, and a clear plastic bag. Fill each egg slot with soil. Place one seed into the slot. Water each seed, cover with plastic or a clear plastic bag, or set on a sunny windowsill. Wait and check for little green sprouts. Once the plants are big enough, transfer them to a large container or garden. Foods from nature. Boom, 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 boom. The end. Thanks for joining me.